Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome to a brand new modded Minecraft series on the channel. Yes, I think we're going to do it. It's been forever and ever since I've played a really reasonably fresh mod back, and supposedly this one's been out for a few weeks, so let's go dig into something that's from the people that originated a lot of the wonderful good stuff. Feed the Beast. FTB Skies is what we're going to be playing with, and for those of you that have probably been paying attention to other people playing it for a while, you should know what this is. And it's going to be my first foray on the channel into 119. So let's just go ahead and jump right into a single player world. Never mind, this is my test world, and we're going to be leaving that test world open so that we can play around and do a little bit more fun stuff. But anyhow, let's get right into this. Alrighty, I think we've loaded up and we're getting a few things to come in, so let's do a little bit of talking. First off, we get this magnificently built spawning area, and it's a ship or an airship or a blimp or a dirigible or whatever you want to call it. Let's get the cool thing going. We can do this for the minute. Get me on those to there, and then we can do a little bit of this so that we can kind of look at the monster that is where they started. It's really kind of cool. I've played on an awful lot of servers over my years, and well, every once in a while somebody's creative and imaginative enough to kind of build a few things that look kind of like this. So this is just so you spawn in. This is not where we're going to live. This is not what we're going to be seeing. This is just where the devs decided they wanted you to spawn in. And as far as I can tell, I've looked at the majority of everything here, and we're going to go back into survival because we don't need to be cheating. As far as I know, there's nothing of any major use here other than just some random stuff. You could probably break a few things, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really worried about it. Our goal and our vision lives over here. So for those of you that are just joining us on this channel, my name is Frogman, of course, and this is going to be something that we're going to try to get a little bit of work done on for a little while. I normally play modded Minecraft, but I also play survival style games and anything that has to do with factory builders. And for anybody that's watched any of my other modded Minecraft series, will probably likely know what we're going to try to do with this. So anyhow, this is where we go to decide what we're going to do. So let's jump in and see. Okay, so we have 5 different locations or 5 different islands that we get to mess with. We have the FTB Sky Island that comes with the pack, or at least from what the FTB team has made. This is an anti-Sky Island. I believe it's made out of anti-blocks or something along those lines. I've not looked at it. It's not something I'm interested in. Of course, compact cubes. We've done compact cubes before. I had a thought about doing that, and maybe that would be a really fun time. Of course, Chosen Sky Island. Chosen Architects, a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. Many of those people, very good guy. And, of course, the Minimalist, starting from the very smallest Sky Island, of which we're going to take. The reason why we take something like this is because I want to not have anything that's going to be too terribly easy on us, as always. I am not going to be using the shaders, mainly because I just don't care for shaders in Minecraft. I'm an old school player, and we don't play with fancy graphics. We leave it looking just like this. Anyhow, we're going to do a couple of things very quickly. This is, as the way things work, a very, very small little island, and I'm going to try to get us a little bit of room right off the bat by doing a couple of things. Now, we have Ultimine or Vein Miner, whatever it was, that is it's just essential to some of these mod packs. So that'll allow us to kind of clean up a little bit of stuff right off the bat. And, well, we get a nice chest full of things. One of the reasons why I'm starting this particular island is because of the fact we get a water bucket right off the bat. So that water bucket is going to allow us to be able to move things around, move that around, be able to do a little bit of work, and actually do a little bit of stuff. Now, let's put all of that away, and let's start down the path of trying to make this thing livable. This island is 2 blocks deep. So I want to, first off, before we even read anything, move every one of these to the outside edge so I have a little bit of room to get this grass to start spreading slightly. As always, you always lose 1. Whatever. Anyhow, we have a little bit more room. We're going to leave that grass block right there, and we're going to go ahead and grab the first thing, which is going to be looking at our quest book. So we now have a little bit of room. Let's go stick one of these down while we kind of wait, and maybe it'll grow on its own. Who knows? Probably not. Anyhow, let's grab, well, the quest book for one. We can just get rid of that right off the bat because there's a button up there we can click on. So welcome to FTB Skies. This is a new Skyblock pack for 119.2 that will continue the future versions of Minecraft. Quests are entirely optional, but will help you guide through your adventures in our Skyblock world. Read that right real quick. All of this is entirely optional. You can throw this off of the thing and just follow anything to your heart's will, which we're probably going to do for the most part in a lot of this. I understand that we're going to be given a reasonable amount of information, and I'm going to use it as I need it. So, of course, most resource acquisition can be found through JEI. JEI in every single one of the mod packs and everything you've ever played that has JEI on it is always your friend. Let us get a little bit of XP, an Inferno carrot, and the ability bottle. So Everlasting Abilities is in this pack. It's an interesting little thing that will allow you to progress your character's abilities through things as you wander along. As we go right now, we have nothing. We'll accumulate these as we wander along and as we do a few things. We're going to go ahead and put that in there and click the button again. All right, hit the X button, and then one of the first things I generally do on these with these new, I think this is FTB, whatever, questing, whatever this is there's a push pin up here. Go ahead and click it so that this always stays open. First thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of jump through some of this stuff and get started. So getting started, of course, as always, we'll be able to join a team. This is the Akashic Tome, which is one of these really nice things that's allowing you to be able to put all of your books that you may accumulate into one place. Throwing shade. Again, shaders. If you want to play with shaders, comes with Oculus. Is a cool thing. You can set those up in graphics. I, again, don't tend to play with shaders, mainly because I just don't find them necessary. Events. Events is interesting. The pack comes with little things that will occur over time, and those little things are going to be usable for us over time. So we'll have to look out for those. There's actually an event right here, I believe this event right here, which is observing a bee flying by. So you'll occasionally run into a loot bee that spawns around your island. They'll give you gifts if you stay nearby. However, they may fly off and be lost. Lost forever. That's cool. We'll deal with this once we find these guys. As soon as we see one, we'll be able to claim that quest. Wrong button. Sorry. Next one, starting your island. Again, we're just going to say we're only playing with us. It's just us, nobody else. Single player world, but I will take your XP, and I will take the book for Ars Nouveau. Again, putting everything away. We're not going to accidentally click on anything as far as things go. Can I have my quest book back, please? Alrighty, getting started, all of these are done. This is going to be our first chapter to foray into. However, there is something in here. I believe everything in here, if I put it in my inventory and put it back, we should be able to get some more goodies. So, base expansion. Cool. This will kind of introduce you to another chapter that's telling you that things are here. And because of that, we'll get a shape builder and a builder's tea, which I guess is just a thing. Perfect drink to get the day started, motivating and saturating. Oh yeah, that one's got some cool stuff for us. Plus we get a cyclic shape builder, which is going to come in fairly handy later on when we want to start building whatever it is that we want to start building in this world. Alrighty, let's get into the rest of the get started thing here. We're going to need to get trees. We're going to need to get flax, which we're going to have to plant. And the only way we're going to do that is if we get a little bit of wood going. So let's start with the first thing, I guess. And that is going to be the fact that we can make one of those that we can then transform into a crafting station. And if I'm careful, I put it right there. It can read the chest on every single side, which is really amazing. We have tabs up here as we go. If I have another chest or whatever, you can put a chest on every single side of this thing, and you'll have access to 6 different inventories, which is pretty nice. All right, with that, let's go try to, what did we do already? Oh yeah, gadgets and gizmos, crafting station. I will take another chest, just as for instance, I can show you this right now. Now we have 3 tabs with chests, and that's really, really neat. I like it. We'll have to fiddle around with that as we go. The other thing that you need to know about in as far as this pack is concerned is that if you want to gain resources, or at least gain resources with this particular thing, you shift, right click on a grass or a dirt block, and then you will be given random junk that is going to fly around, which is essentially going to be clumps of soil and clumps of rock. If you do the old usual use on that, that's where you're going to get your cobblestone, and this is where you're going to get your dirt. The biggest issue is that they're going to do just exactly what you saw right there. So before I do anything else with this pack, before I do a single thing else with this pack, we're going to build us a nice little safe structure that I can stand in. And I need one more of those, please. Yeah, I know, that'll break that. No big deal. We have it on the back. As long as I got one, all I was caring about was whether I got one grass block over there to move and if the trees decide to do whatever they want to do. So I'm just going to sit right here, hold this button, and do this. And I will see you all once I have a decent amount of materials to play with. Alrighty, the magic of a macro set up on a keyboard. Took me longer to do the macro than it did to set up the thing to be able to do this work. But we now have a decent amount of stuff. Server, getting a cup of tea, don't break the game. You're welcome, that's fine. I went and got me a little thing to drink too, so that was kind of nice. But anyhow, let's go ahead and do the use on these. Obviously, we're going to be able to do a bunch of this stuff, so go ahead and just bang this out. And given the fact that we have this many chests, I'm going to just, well, I didn't want to do that, but anyhow, let's move this a little bit. Given the fact we have a bunch of room, and none of the trees decided they wanted to grow. Granted, that tree's likely not going to grow, and this other one over here probably won't either, but let's go ahead and put all of this in one of these chests for right now, and I'm going to sit down for another 5 minutes and do this some more. Kind of a neat little trick. I do like this thing. So again, all that stuff should be or could be deposited into this chest, and that's really nice and cool. I at least get to see all of that stuff. I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to fall off this thing. Quit running around like a moron. Anyhow, we can toss those off the side for right now. We need to get rid of that. Okay, the reasoning why I kind of decided I wanted to start with this island was because of the fact that the other islands give you all kinds of resources, and you should be able to reasonably get into what you need to get into very quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 4 of these, and we're going to make them into the first usable building block that is not cobblestone. That's going to be cobblestone bricks, so that we can kind of start working on making our island a little teeny tiny bit better. I'm going to break this. I'm going to break that, which is a angel block of the newer style of angel blocks, and I'm going to see if I can get this water to flow backwards. Good. Okay. I'm going to go under here and build a small platform so that we can kind of hopefully keep some of this dirt around a little while should we need to. And over there, up and through, and then we should be good to go. That way everything underneath of this is set up correctly. And I do believe in the settings in my testing, I shut the cork build under setting off, mainly because it kind of drives me nuts after a little while. It is very, very, very usable for doing stuff on Skyblock, but initially it's kind of aggravating to try to do things that you normally would like to do as the way you would normally do it. So we've got a mess going on. Let me get a little bit of more platform room going here. Actually, where are we? How are we chunk level? We are mostly in the... Is that a yellow line? Or is it the center? Oh, great. We're in 4. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to start working on a section here, and we can kind of get on from there. So I'll be right back. Oh, that'll work a little bit for the second here. We got a little bit of a platform down again. This is all very, very temporary. I just didn't mind a bunch of trees to get down to where we needed to go. So we'll go ahead and toss just a little bit of stuff. Hello, tree. It's about time one of you guys decided to grow. We're going to move our water over here into the corner so that we have an infinite pool of water, and we have a nice field that we can now take care of a few things. So that is going to move down here, and, well, you can just get broken. Thank you, and give me all of the good stuff that you have. Let's see if this all falls off the edge like always. Nope, good deal. So we'll start thinking about doing trees reasonably controlled, at least at this point right here as we work on through. So the pack initially is about, well, trying to make a few things happen. The biggest problem that we're given here is we do not have twerking for trees or grass or whatever, so they give us bone meal to try to get some stuff going, and sometimes it works, again, as always, sometimes it doesn't. And, you know, you kind of play the game with those. Anyhow, we're going to collect a few more things here. We need a little bit of leaves. We need leaves. We need a little bit of stuff that comes with leaves, and we need a little bit of wood at this point of which we can probably start trying to do a little bit more work. But let's get some more wood and get some some tools going so we can kind of work at this a little bit quicker. But there should be another quest delivered. And bang, good, got it. All right, cool. And yeah, I'll move all this. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of let the grass grow one direction or the other. I do know eventually I'm going to get some usability as far as other mods are concerned. That just shoved everything into one box, didn't it? Neat. Okay, whatever. Let's get us a couple of tools going here very quickly, as always, so that we can start doing some other stuff. So pickaxe, sure. and a axe, sure, and I guess I'll make a shovel and we'll make a hoe just so that we can do all of those. One of the quests that we're going to need to do, and we'll look at them here in a minute, is to plant some of these flax seeds, as well as I believe something here. Can I do anything with this? So use on you guys, composting, all kinds of neat things, and I think we can grow it just directly like that. Maybe, I don't know. Supposedly this is something that we need to do maybe something like this with. I don't know. We'll find out. I've seen it growing in other areas. Maybe it goes up here. Anyhow, we need to go ahead and get some of this flax planted so that we can start doing some of that. Go ahead and make us a little bitty farm here. Very little. We'll end up moving a lot of this later, but I would like to at least get some of this stuff growing. So flax seeds, of course, we'll just smack them down over here. I can for sure just go right into just bone mealing them, and we probably will. If I can get you to go away, that'd be great. And I guess we can now break that block and these three blocks. Being very careful not to accidentally vein mine the entire platform. All right, I need to put another piece of dirt down here. We're going to kind of use this grass for a little while because, of course, you know, we have bone meal free given bone meal. Let's go ahead and move our stuff. And you guys can mostly fit into my inventory. Cool. We'll put this over here in this corner for now, and hopefully we can do a little bit more work here in a second. All right, apparently I now have a bee friend that I should be able to make work. That was a little earlier than I anticipated. I need to put some stuff away, and he happened to show up at the wrong time. Can I get that claim, please? Where was that? Getting started, bee friend, lead, Poppy. I need a fence. And I need my crafting table back. Can I make one of those real quick? Come here, you. Hey. Hey, friendo. Come here. Well, I guess he's gone forever. Sadly enough, we'll probably see another one of those eventually. We got a lead. We got some oak fence. Should we ever get another bee, they'll show up as we play. We'll go ahead and put one of those down. And I think probably, let's see, I should be able to make another one of these really quickly. Cool. And where did you put it? You put it over. Where did you put it? Hello? Oh, it's in my inventory. What am I doing? Hey, over there. Go. This is still a functionality I'm not a huge fan of. I would rather just the chest place normally, or the way that it used to, and then if I decide to shift right click and place it on the ground, then it would go like this. I'd rather have the double chest. Thank you very much, Minecraft. Okay, let's go ahead and claim a couple of our quests that we've already got going, and we should be able to do a little bit more fun stuff. So log tree is giving us a bunch of lobs and shears and things, and some flint shears and all those kinds of things. Golden apple and oak leaves, thank you very much. Cobblestone, whole bunch of rocks is going to give us some cobblestone. It's going to get us a pet rock, and it's going to get us some dirt. Again, sneak right click on grass or dirt to collect rocks. They can be doing a few other things. Then we can get some more sifting things. And the reasoning why I built this out of cobblestone bricks instead of just straight up cobblestone is because we're going to be able to do some, they're going to need to be able to do some things, and I don't want to accidentally vein mine my entire platform. Pet rock is going to stay right there until I have a time in where I can collect and keep him. All right, and what else do we have? Goodies and farmers, hose, we get a bone meal, we get some phyto grow, and a flowering lily pad. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we can just put that over there or something for now. And while we're at it, I suppose, let's see if we can't get some of the usable stuff that we need here. Oh boy, we're getting all of the good stuff. Nice. Cool. Okay, cool. Well, that's we got an allium, nice, and we got a cornflower, and we got an azure bullet, nice. Okay, and we got some sage seeds, and we got some wheat seeds. let's go plant some wheat seeds and try not to jump on all of this stuff. The sage seeds we will go ahead and put in something so that we can do that eventually later on. This is part of another mod that we're going to have to play with eventually, and I will organize my stuff as we go. Okay, what else have we got going? Not trying to run through any of this in a hurry. Oh yes, right here, something very interesting very quickly. And one thing that I am enjoying about the fact that a change has been made, since we already got a flower, we now get a flower and a fortune cookie, of which I should be able to eat and get something out of. Cool, that wasn't a cookie. I don't want to know that. Anyhow, one thing since the recent changes in the way Minecraft works with its dyes, if you want to get into Botania right off the bat, white or bone meal turns into white dye. And if we do 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, turn those into bone meal, and I do this, I get a floral fertilizer, which I can then do this with to get the flowers that we need in order to be able to start Botania, of which they went into our flower pouch. So if you want to jump right smack straight dab into Botania, down here to get the petals and the flowers, Sky of a Beginning, that didn't work. I should not have had that in my hand. Can you just go over there, and I will place this in here so that we can get that quest. Thank you. Cool, bone meal, floral, obedient stick. If you want to get into this chapter right off the bat without even doing anything else much past this, I mean, you're going to have to grow trees and stuff, sure. Next thing I want to do, I should say, we can do that regardless. But the next thing I want to do, of course, we're going to get a furnace going so that we can grow a little bit of, well, make a little bit of charcoal so we can make a few torches so that our stuff can continuously grow, or at least this can continuously grow. Then we'll be good to go. Okay, so that should do the work. We got a few torches up so we can at least work through the night now. Let's work on the next thing that's going to be making sure that hopefully the majority of everything that is the day and night schedule can go away very, very quickly. I've tried to let it grow a little bit. It doesn't want to grow. So let's go ahead and work on the flax just a little bit so that we can kind of get a little bit of stuff here. Flax is going to be, again, a thing that we're going to use for a lot of things, and the first thing I'm going to use it for is a bed. So let's get enough stuff here going. I think it's going to take quite a bit of this, actually. Yeah, nice. I want to save one of those, and we need 1, 2, 3. Cool, let's get us a bed going, just so that we don't have to worry about not having to sleep. Not that I'm really worried about it, but I would rather have a spawn point here than a spawn point anywhere else. Bed, lovely, go, and we'll just set this like right here right now so that we can sleep through this. Now it's going to be able to get us through various things, and because of the fact this is 119 and they introduced some really nasty critters that show up in the middle of the night. I don't know if they took it out of this or not, but they're no fun to play with in them if you don't manage to sleep. So we'll see how we go here. Again, pick up some stuff. Lovely. Cool, wonderful, awesome, and we got a bunch of flax seeds. Nice. The other thing we need the flax seeds for is we're going to need these to be able to move forward with some of the other things, one of which is going to be a string mesh. Now, the way that we gather resources early in this pack, or I should say in the way that's going to be different than some of the other Skyblock packs that are based around Ex Nihilo or some of those other mods, is that we're going to be using a create extension, I'm guessing, that is going to allow us to be able to make things rather interestingly. And that's going to be, we're going to have to make it through a sifter. So let's get towards a sifter, which is going to be dust, which is hammers. We need to make a hammer so that we can actually do a few things. Where is my cobblestone? Cobblestone is right here. We need 1, 2 of those. And 1, 2. I'm really not a fan of this recipe, but I guess it works. Cool, wonderful. Again, I have that, please. And then we need to go 1, 2, 3, or actually I probably should just do this way. 1, as always, smash it into gravel. And smash that into sand. And smash that into dust. So we already know some of this stuff as it goes. Give us the hammer, that's some cobblestone and some more XP. The dust is dust, gravel, sand, nice. Sifter. So we need to be able to make a sifter, which is I guess it's a create extension or something along those lines. We're going to have to make a sifter and a hand crank that will allow us to work our way through some of the materials. And this is where this is kind of fun and kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and get a sifter up, which is going to be something simple as that. We need 3 pieces of stone, of which I have not cooked. Let's go get some of those going. And you want what else? We need a wood gear, which is a stone button, which again, we need 1 more of those pieces over there. And we need a crank, which is stone button once again. Or is it a regular button? I thought that would work just like this. Yes. Okay. So regular button is fine. And then we need those, which we're going to need at least 1 more piece of stone, please. Nice. So a button there and a sifter. Would like to at least get to these sifters so we have something to play. Well, I have something to play with in between episodes. Gathering lots of resources. Get me a stone gear or wooden gear, excuse me, and a sifter. Nice. All right, very cool. That's going to get us some nice usable stuff. I am going to, right off the bat, just figure out a way of taking care of what this thing can do. Give me 8 of these so we can have a few chests. Nice. And I'm just going to put you right like this. You were kind enough to give me a wooden hopper, which is nice. We'll put the sifter on top of this. And then we're going to do something like this. And these hoppers, these wooden ones, do not have inventory, so you have to place an inventory above them. This can go on the side of this as well. I mean, I could put it over here, but we're going to try to have a little bit of room for the stuff that goes with it in order to make it work. So sifters will allow you to run materials such as gravel, sand, and dust through meshes to find stuff. Hand crank early on is how you're going to be able to run it, and it produces enough stress capacity for 8 sifters. Also, have cog in them, so all you need to do is connect 1 sifter to every of the other thing. Make sure the cogwheel that is part of the sifter aligns with the cogwheel your hand crank is on. You'll also need to make sure that you have placed the mesh in the sifter, blah, 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 blah. Wonderful stuff. Give me my wonderful good stuff. We get some fried eggs, and we get a whole bunch more sifters. We get 4. So go ahead, just plunk those down right now, and we'll do this, and I'll have to make some more of those as we go. Not a huge problem, because right now I think the only thing I'm going to be very much worried about is we need to move the next step on forward. The very next step on forward is going to be whatever we got the progression going. So sifters, more flax, thank you very much. What was that? Sifter and mesh will allow you to get into the things, and this is a force pack. I don't know what that is. We'll worry about it later. Now, let's see. The next major thing we need to get to in order to be able to go to here where I want to end today at least is we need to get gravel alloys. So that means we need to get 4 iron nuggets so that we can get in here. Iron nuggets, as far as I recall, are just the gravel that we should have already gotten. So we now need to place a cogwheel in place like so. And I can either set this on the bottom or we can just go right there. And then I turn this. And as we see, it does that. Now, it's going to take it a little while to sort this out, but as soon as we can get to the next level of meshes, then we can call this one done. All right, that's 5 iron nuggets. We should be able to move forward with this. 5 iron nuggets. Thank you very much for the andesite alloy, fish stew, and andesite. This is going to allow us to get some iron, but the next step is going to be making an andesite mesh, of which I want to start working on right now. Generally, that first mesh is going to be just there to get you started as always. So we're going to need a few sticks. So give me 18 of those. That's perfectly fine. And I'm going to at least do the 2 that we have now. Granted, I know that's kind of ouch, but they're going to give us andesite to make more of the andesite alloys. So we'll make those, get those back down, and we'll be able to build a few more things out of this. For right now, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. We're going to make a couple of more of these hoppers. So let's see. I think it's this for that at least. Yes? What is it? Oh, no, it's not that. I remember. Give me a second. It's this. There we go. And there we go. There's another wooden hopper. So we'll be able to run 2 of those sifters at the same time for now. And I guess you can just do that. That's okay. and you are going to be an andesite mesh, and you can be picked off. Can I have you, please? And can I have you, please? Can I have you, please? That can go right there. And now I can do something kind of on the lines of go ahead and run that, and go ahead and run that. And I'm going to, I guess, just sit here and do this for a little while. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are kind of interested, or going to be. We're going to be doing this for a little while, I think. I've been wanting very much to play a Skyblock pack for a really long time. It's been a very, very, very long time, and long time coming. I hate to say it. There's been a couple other interests or entries into what I was looking at, so we're going to give this one a try, and if it kind of just does what it does, cool. If it doesn't, we can try a few other things. For those of you that are just now finding this channel, welcome. Thank you for sticking around, and we're going to see how much more fun we can have with this pack. Again, brand new 119. We'll see where we get to go. There's going to be some mods that I have not gotten to play with yet at all, and I'm looking forward to, fiddling around with it. So until then, I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.